What's up, everybody? Today I have a very interesting video for you guys. Before getting into it, make sure you leave a comment down below and any thoughts or theories that you might like to share. Make sure you have on this theory or any other theories you'd like to share with me. I'd love to go over predictions and ask to get her sorry. And make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Share this video if you can. I'm sure there's someone out there who you know personally who would like to see this video, need all the views I can get. And please subscribe to the channel if you already have not. If you enjoyed the channel's content, and check out my other videos, they are not. Need all the views I can get. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So today I have a very interesting video about why, and it may be a very controversial video that you'd be like, man, why are you talking about something so dark like this? Well, it's Cobra Kai for you, for one thing. And another thing is, when you think about it thoroughly all the way through, it is theoretically possible. And I'm really, I'm obviously not counting on it because it's something that I would not like to see happen, but I'm honestly expecting maybe to see it, with all the things that are probably going to happen. I think it's going to be unavoidable, honestly, as complex as, it is on how Robby's going to be a bad character. It's very complex, all the things he's going to do, I think, all the possibilities that's happening. So why I think that it is possible that Daniel fights Robby. Now, let me just say, I needed this for extra views. I'm not saying I clickbaited you, but I don't believe that I think he's going to strike. Let's put it that way, strike Robby. And honestly, we'd rather see that than fight. But I think he's going to strike Robby. It is very possible, because of all the stuff that Robby might do this next season. I definitely do think he's going to do something bad to, possibly, anything with Miyagi-Do or the LaRusso family or something. And that would be the kind of thing that would cause it. And, I really think that this is possible to happen. So, yeah, I think that Daniel has a good possibility of striking Robby over something really bad that Robby does, which is going to be Robby's arc. And he's obviously going to have a huge arc this upcoming season. I think that it's very possible to happen. So, one, obvious possibility, I saw this, I thought of this myself, and I've also saw this, when it just happened to get around to it, somebody made a crazy comment. But let's say, Robby, did something crazy, burnt down Miyagi. Now, honestly, there is no way. I think this happens. That was Mr. Miyagi's. They're never going to disgrace, the most beloved character in the, the Karate Kid, series history, especially that, since that's the main thing that represents Mr. Miyagi throughout the movies and even in Cobra Kai is Miyagi-Do. And oh my gosh, if you have not thought about this, just think about it right now. Can you even imagine? Can you even imagine how mad Daniel would be? Oh my gosh, you would never see Daniel act the way he did. I mean, you thought it was bad, because they've kind of done a similar plot to this before, obviously, when Hawk and a couple of the other Cobra Kai gangsters, A-Face and everything, trashed the dojo. He got really mad, sped off in the car, and didn't even take, Robby's advice, who was obviously in Miyagi-Do, and was upset about it at the time, or Samantha, his daughter, and he just drove off, really enraged, and came right in and confronted Johnny in the Cobra Kai dojo, because he was leading the dojo at the time. But this time, if that was to happen, which it's not, but if that happened, especially since it's something that just gets rid of Miyagi-Do's, forever, but it's obviously worse. But also, sorry, I'm got a little cold right now. I hope I don't got corona. I'm pretty sure I don't got corona because I've been getting better, unless it was, 1 to 2 days. But I never had the fever, so if my voice sounds a little stuffed up and deep, that's why. And I had to cough eventually, me rambling so much. But anyway, let me get back into it before I bore you out. If Robby, or that's the thing, what I was saying here is Daniel would be even madder because it would be Kreese and Silver who did it. And, if Silver is in the picture, then, potentially maybe even Mike Barnesby does have the, bad guy art, in Cobra Kai still like he did back in the day. So, yeah, I think it is, if that was to happen, he would be really mad. And he would go right in the Cobra Kai dojo and he would confront Kreese and Silver immediately. But I think before he could get to them, he would have a fighting attitude ready to punch anything that stood in his way. And I think that that's what would happen. He would be so mad in the moment, he wouldn't control himself. I think Robby honestly would want Daniel to hate him just like he wants his dad to hate him. And he would try to, get in front of Daniel and be like, I'm the one who did it without order. And I think that Daniel would just completely lose it and punch him in the face and, literally knock this guy out. And I don't think he'd do anything else. And that's where I'm about to say why what is possible to make this happen. I don't think he would do anything else. Not because he showed remorse, but he would realize that that would, be an awful thing to do, and he would get in a lot of trouble for it. And then that's when I think Kreese and Silver would attack, and they would learn that you should not be messing with Daniel, right now. But here's what I really think could possibly, conflict this whole thing. I think that Robbie is going to do something. I really do, and I think it may have something to do, Mr. Miyagi. I think that it is possible that there will be a scene this upcoming season with Robbie and Tori when they start dating, which is obviously very possible, where Tori is letting Robbie in on the information about her fight with Samantha in the side dojo in the Russo household, at the Russo, big home brawl. And they, how, she smashed Mr. Miyagi's picture, and she saw that really fired up. And, Tori doesn't know really anything about Mr. Miyagi, so Robbie could let her in on the information and be like, that's a really good thing to do, since we hate these people. And I think that may give Robbie an idea. And I honestly think that it is possible that he orders some kind of, actually, as a villain, he really maybe goes to the dojo, when maybe Miyagi-Dos are training, not during a class, but they're training, in the lawn, and he is the one that orders the invasion, just like Tori did on the Russo household, and he does something minor to Miyagi, not burn it down, but maybe smash up some pictures or do something really bad, or even possibly because he would know that this is a really smart theory. And I don't want to spoil my next video, but I'm going to have to give a little information on it right here just to get my point across on a good theory, maybe to prove that this is possible, that Daniel will strike Robbie. Daniel would strike Robbie, honestly. Daniel would strike Robbie if he ordered an invasion on the Miyagi dojo and his students, and did something minor in the dojo, like smash some of Mr. Miyagi's things. He would definitely do that if Robbie confessed to it, and Daniel could obviously see that he'd be so mad. He would obviously see that Robbie really was proud of what he did and wanted Daniel to absolutely hate him. But let's say this. I honestly think that it's possible, which is what my next video is going to be about. Go ahead and spoil that Robbie, Trey, and Cruz team up. Yeah, that's right. Team up in this next season, and it is possible that Robbie could tell them to go to the Russo household and, damage some of their stuff, like in the household, or, steal some stuff, since they might need it, and that's what they, how they operate, and, maybe do something to the dojo. I don't know. But, and then, have to where Daniel, now I don't know if maybe Robbie would literally pay them to do this so they get even bigger bucks, or, try to make, get them something out, because they're, not confident about, Daniel. They're, kind of afraid of him, obviously, as we saw after he beat him up on the beach, obviously, protecting Robbie that one time. Or maybe he, manipulates them into doing it, saying Daniel's, gone, you don't have any chance of being caught, and, being the type of people they are, stealing and doing that kind of stuff, ignorant. They actually, do it, without, risk of being caught somehow, and do get caught, and maybe Daniel really fights them again, and they'd be going back, and that would see, Daniel would obviously know that Robbie, being a bad guy now, being against him, put Trey and Cruz up to that, and I think that he would be really, really mad, because he would know this was strictly from Robbie this time, asking them to do bad things in their house, and he would come, and I think that he would just lose it. Now, I think that he would strike Robbie, and I do not think that he would touch him anymore in this situation, like I was explaining earlier, just even the same thing, if he was to burn down Miyagi-Do, he would be really mad, and he would not stop himself from doing that. He'd just be so mad, even if this happened, at that certain moment, but he would not hit him again, because he realizes, the kind of, divide that could cause, obviously, with him and Johnny, the controversy, how much trouble that could get him into, beating up a kid. He's not going to absolutely do that. But yeah, I don't think he is, honestly. I think Robbie's going to do something. It's inevitable, just like Kreese said about him fighting Daniel. I think it's inevitable that Robbie does something bad to Miyagi-Do, Daniel, all Daniel's students, or the Russo home, Miyagi-Do itself, definitely Miyagi-Do itself. I think that it is inevitable that Robbie does something that was really bad and really affects Daniel this upcoming season. And I don't think Daniel's ever going to be able to forgive him. I just personally don't. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how Robbie could possibly be redeemed. I just think it's going to be that bad. He's going to do something really bad, and there's no way, even Daniel could possibly forgive, or ever be on their side again for doing So we'll see if Robbie's the main, future villain, and if his redemption arc comes, it'll probably be Johnny, just with Johnny. That's all there is to it. So, Daniel wouldn't obviously stop. If he wants to forgive him, he wouldn't stop, a person for forgiving their own son. I mean, come on now. Daniel would be a really hard person to do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Leave your comments down below on if you have any possibility, theories about possibilities of Daniel doing this to Robbie, on whether you think it's actually going to happen or not. Make sure you also leave any other comments you'd like to share down below. To go love to compare predictions and analysis together. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video. Share this video if you can. I need all the views I can get. I'm sure there's someone out there who personally who would need like to see this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you already have not. If you enjoyed the channel's content, check out my other videos there or not. Need all the views I can get. Alright, yeah, so I'll see you in the next one. So thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.